Okay, y'all. So it's dark in here. I'm lying down, and as long as you can hear my voice, then you can get the information in the message that I'm trying to relay to you right now. Um, First of all, I just want to say that I left out a lot of information from my last vision. There was a white woman in the vision in the house with the black girls. With the black When the black girl had walked out of the house with this baby, is covering up this little small baby on her chest, and this car seat with the black guy. Before that, there was a white woman in the house, and she looked like she had on gang colors like blood. They had gang members trying to, like, that they had set up to try to kill me when I got out, or if I would have bonded out of the Montgomery County Jail. They did not know that I was pregnant, and they did not know the truth about what really happened with my baby daddy. These folks went and lied to gang members, telling gang members that I shot somebody for no reason, that I just walked up to this man and shot this man. They wouldn't have cared either way. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them. Some of them probably wouldn't have cared either way because of the racism and stuff, and the worshiping of whites and money and things like that. A lot of these people get pretty bad rap anyway, and they not really known for having the greatest morals. But some of these gang members, the Holy Spirit told them the truth, that I was pregnant in the spirit. So they had me back there pregnant, and they was lying to gang members, telling the baby, don't cut on the light. Telling these gang members that that I had shot him, but they was not telling the truth about what happened. They was hoping that that would get these gang members to just put a hit out on me and not question the facts of what really happened. So the Holy Spirit had took me to this neighborhood, and he took me to anywhere that I could run. And the Holy Spirit showed me before I got out of the jail. And he took me in the spirit all over the country, to all the places where I would run, to where like family would be, or to a certain neighborhood, and showing me jumping fences and running to uh different houses and trying to hide, or trying to go to family house and them looking for me there, and them looking for me and my baby daddy and my son, and trying to kill us. And it was black folk. They had black blood gang members, black people. And I didn't really understand why they was trying to kill me. And they had this voodoo lady who said that she knew Nicki Minaj. She didn't say she knew her. She said that they had done the same thing to her for talking stuff about Nicki or something. And I was at her house, and these gang members saw me in the spirit, and I started running, and I had on bloody shoes and all white, with my natural hair was like in these little twists, and I was running, and I was pregnant. And I was running. I had on some bloody Timberlands. They was like bloody color, but that's the color of the Timberlands. And I was running for my life. And I was in the spirit, so I couldn't feel nothing while I was running. Only thing I was just running for my life. I was jumping fences like horses jump over them daggone hurdles and all of that stuff. And I couldn't get away from them folk, and I ran into this field. I went to my grandmother's house, and my grandmother was like, oh, they looking, somebody here for you. And it was like God was telling me, you ain't gonna be able to run nowhere from these folk. And I was in the spirit. And so next thing you know, I ran into this field, this open field, and I was just screaming. And suddenly the little white outfit, like inmate or outfit I had on, all of a sudden turned into my little house mom outfit that I used to wear with my son. I was staying at home taking care of my boy, and I used to wear these little black pants from Kohl's and this little ruffle, baby blue, yellow, and dark blue ruffle shirt down to the elbows. And it was from Kohl's, and I used to wear that one with these little black flats. I was all of a sudden in my little house mom outfit, running in that, and I wasn't in the Timbs no more, and my hair wasn't in the little twist that I had to wear them in the back of the jail. And like as soon as I ran into that field, all of a sudden my outfit changed, and I was surrounded by these white SUV and other little cars, trucks riding around, and I knew they was all following me. And I knew why they was following me in this vision. I knew they was following me to kill me. And it was black men with dreads and, different. Now, they ain't all have dreads, but, it was black men, and they was all riding around. So they went from chasing me on foot all over the country and driving around in their cars chasing me. And they had guns hanging out the window, and I ran into the middle of this field as they was surrounding me, driving around all crazy in their cars. And there was black women, light skinned, dark skinned black women. They jumped out the car with the guys, and they started chasing me in the middle of the field. And I kept wondering why I could not really run. In the spirit, I was running, but now all of a sudden I could not run the same way that I was running at first. And it was like something was holding me back from running as fast as I would normally run if I was trying to get away from somebody. And they caught me. They ran out into the middle of the field. They caught me, and they slammed me on my back. And this real high yellow, light skinned black girl, damn near look albino with blonde hair, climbed on top of me. She was the smallest one. And I remember her little nails had paint chipping off of it, and she had murderous hands. She had murderous hands, and they was real tiny, but she had murderous hands. And she put her hands on my belly to try to pop my baby in my belly. And she said, "We done this before. We done this before. We done this before." And I just kept screaming, "Ah! Don't kill my baby! Ah!" And I was begging them not to kill my baby. And there was a woman, I believe it was the same woman who was the voodoo lady, who house, because they was doing the voodoo on me, and I had prayed to God that night when I was going to sleep. It was people trying to come in my cell while I was in the jail, trying to do stuff to me in the cell. And I said, God, like guards. And I was like, God, please. I said, please do something to make these people stop wanting to kill me. And all of a sudden, I ended up, my cell was in her house. My cell ended up in her house. And she walked into my cell out of the shower part, the voodoo lady. But my cell was in her house. God put my cell in her house. So instead of her having to come to me to do the voodoo, he brought me to her. And she walked into my cell, and then she opened up the garage and told me to go outside. It turned daylight, but when I went outside, I saw the gang members waiting in their garages, playing pool in their houses, and they said, "We only gonna give you a little opportunity to run." And that's why I knew they had gang members after me. So I already been telling y'all that they had already put gang members up to try to murder me. So all these people that I'm telling y'all done brought me in their houses and done did all this old kind of stuff, yeah, when I got out. But back to the point of the fact that I was laying on the ground and now this voodoo lady came up on me because these people done basically hunted me down. And she asked me, she said, why did you run from the jail? Because she seen me running from my cell when she told me to step outside. And then all the other people she saw, she was more concerned about not how I was running from the gang members, but how I was running from the jail. I was running like I ain't trying to go back there and I ain't trying to get killed by these gang members. So she knew that the gang members was after me and she knew that she had something to do with the gang members being after me. But she was trying to figure out why was I running from the jail the way I was running from the jail. Why was I so scared of that jail? And I told her. I said, because I said I was screaming. I was like, because it was a set. I said the cell they had me in was a set. And it was the Holy Spirit telling her. He said it was a set, like Hollywood. Like when you go on the set and they script every goddamn thing. I'm talking about everything was scripted. It was a set. Like they done found out that a young black woman shot somebody and they scripted it. They created a false story, a false narrative, and they brought in people. They done went over their lines. You know, they done set up props and they done sent in actors, you know, like to just, oh, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was a set. S-E-T, a set. Like when you go to Hollywood and you go on a sitcom, like you see Tyler Perry Studios and that fake Medea ass shit, yes, it was all a set. The way they handled my case, this was my life, this is my child, this is my body, and they sat over there and scripted the shit and tried to paint a story to America that would have revolved around the death of me and a child, and they gave away my son at the same time, and people was trying to sell me out and sell my soul for fame in America by creating a false fucking story that would have revolved around my death. And everybody was trying to go along with this narrative. My family, my friends, Cynthia Vera, Joseph, the state of Texas, the United States government, they were going to go along with a lie that they had created a set. And everybody was going to benefit from my death. Everybody was going to benefit, like get to move up a certain rank or a certain level in the society by saying that they knew me, because they was gonna create this big old, you know, movie where they was like down there trying to create it like a movie about my life, where they was lying about me and lying about what really happened. And so I don't know. I know what I've seen in the spirit about people trying to recreate the story and lie about it. But that's not the thing. The main thing was that God said it was a set. And I said the cell that I was in was a set. And I was like, it was a set. So they had brought me into the segregated housing units, and they was bringing people back there with scripts and lines, and it was a set going to court. It was a set with whatever they was bringing me to eat. It was a set with everybody who came to my cell. It was a set with every word they said to me, every psychiatrist that they tried to bring to me, and they was doing witchcraft, and the Holy Spirit was with me, and they know the Holy Spirit was. And then I was pregnant, and I'm pregnant, and so the doctors was involved. And if I'm pregnant, that did not fit the narrative of the set of what movie they was trying to create with this bullshit. And so they was denying me extra food, and I lost 50 pounds in the cell, so they could lie and say that I was not pregnant while they was bringing me to these court dates. And I don't know how deeply sinister the plot is as far as what all they really did do, but I know God is in control, and he knows what they are trying to do, because it was more revealed to me when I got out about what they are trying to do. And I said to the voodoo lady, I said the cell that they had me in was a set, and I said I was screaming like, please don't hurt my baby. I was like, please don't hurt my baby. And I told her, I said we was in love. And I had a vision of Rob Kardashian, and Rob Kardashian had said that something about my baby daddy was going around trying to make it seem like me and him was never even together or in love, and that if he loved me, he would have had another baby with me, and here I am pregnant. So he was gonna sit there and let these people kill me and his baby in a fucking jail cell like a set, knowing that he got hurt for abusing us, and they was trying to make him famous, like some Illuminati famous demonic white man in America. And supposedly some crazy black woman shot him, and all of these black people was finna get behind him, knowing he was abusing me, and try to help kill me and my baby in the cell so all of them could be famous. And I have these affiliations with these racist white people that will help them get wherever they want to get in life, as long as y'all kill this black woman that shot this white man in self-defense of her and her children. And so we was in love, but he started abusing me and raping me, like forcing me to have sex. And I know that might seem crazy, but it was happening. And I told the lady, I said we was in love, and it was over a child. It was a baby involved. I said it was something. I said something about a baby because they knew that some people did not know that I was pregnant. Some people did know that I was pregnant and still wanted to kill the baby, but they did not know that he was attacking my son. They did not tell them that he was attacking my son. And then when they found out that he was attacking my son, people still wanted to try to cover up what he had done. And they still trying to do that. But the main thing that they were trying to cover up is that I'm with child. So, the part about the white girl having on these gang colors in this house, it was very similar to the colors of the gangs that were after me. So when I saw this, she had a little short bob, and it was blonde. It was like dirty blonde. And her face looked like it was caked up with a lot of makeup, and her lips looked very full. Her lips looked very full, like almost like black women lips. And me and her was sitting in this dark room, and I looked at her, and I was talking to this woman as if I knew her. She was young, and I like 22, 23 or something. And I was talking to her as if I knew her, but I did not recognize this woman. But I was talking to her as if I knew this woman. And I don't know if it could have, I don't know, but her features looked very familiar and everything. And she started to cry. She was crying like already. She was already in tears when I started talking to her. And it looked like she cried by herself all the time. That's how her face looked when she looked at me. She reminded me of Austin. She looked a lot like my baby daddy in the face, like a girl version of him. And she had his lips, and she was looking at me, and she was crying. And I was looking back. I was looking at her in this dark room, and I started talking to her. And I said, oh, so you trying to pass for white? I said, no. I said, you passing for white. I said, you passing for white. And I said, it's because of Jessica. Jessica is my Uncle David's wife. And Jessica is white. And something about this young girl is something about my uncle and his wife and their daughter and their son. And something about their son could have almost passed for white. And their daughter, something about she can pass for white, and something about her mother. But this girl did not look nothing like my cousin, and I had thought about it. I was like, that's not Jessica. I was like, my cousin name is Alexis. And when I looked at the girl and I saw the blonde hair, I noticed that she had a lot of makeup caked up on her face, but she was mixed. And then I saw it was like she had like a dropper. It looked like you could bear like at first glance you would think she was a white woman. But then when you look close, you see the makeup and the full lips, and it's like you not white, but you passing for white. And I started crying. I started wiping the tears from my eyes and she looked at me and she was crying like she was ashamed that she was trying to pass. Well, that she wasn't trying. She was passing. She was passing